Before you scroll away, imagine discovering a tiny old coin that could be hiding an incredible story or even surprising collector value. Every coin has a secret, and welcome to ARY Coins News. Today we're revealing top 5 dime most people never notice. Stay with us until the very end because the final detail could completely change the way you look at your own coin collection. Let's uncover history, hidden facts, rare varieties, and amazing values, only on ARY Coins News. Let's start now. Coin number 1. The 1917 Mercury silver dime is one of the most iconic coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Although many people call the portrait on the front a woman, it is actually Lady Liberty wearing a winged Phrygian cap, which symbolizes freedom of thought. Designed by the renowned sculptor Adolf A. Weinman, this beautiful coin has become a favorite among collectors because of its elegant design, historical significance, and silver content. On the front of the coin, you will find the words Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the year 1917. The portrait is not the Roman god Mercury, despite the nickname. Instead, it is Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap that resembles Mercury's helmet, which is why collectors eventually began calling it the Mercury dime. The wings represent freedom of thought, intelligence, and progress, making this one of the most artistic American coin designs ever created. The reverse of the 1917 Mercury dime features a fasces, a bundle of wooden rods with an axe, symbolizing strength and national unity. Wrapped around the fasces is an olive branch, representing peace. Around the design are the inscriptions United States of America, EPLUBUSUNUM, and one dime. This combination of peace and strength reflected America's ideals during the early years of the 20th century. Mercury dime series was introduced in 1916 and continued until 1945, when it was replaced by the Roosevelt dime after President Franklin D. Roosevelt's death. The 1917 issue is especially important because it represents one of the earliest years of the series. Millions were struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, but coins with exceptional preservation or rare varieties have become highly desirable among collectors. Every genuine 1917 Mercury dime contains 90% silver and 10% copper. It weighs approximately 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge. Because of its silver composition, the coin always carries intrinsic bullion value, even if it is heavily worn. Collectors, investors, and history enthusiasts all appreciate this coin for both its precious metal content and its artistic beauty. The value of a 1917 Mercury silver dime depends on its mint mark, condition, and rarity. A heavily circulated example may sell for around $5 to $20. Well-preserved coins often range from $40 to over $300. High-grade uncirculated specimens certified by professional grading companies can be worth several $1,000s. Rare era coins or exceptional mint state examples have sold for even higher prices at major auctions. Before selling any coin, it is essential to have it authenticated and professionally graded. If you own a 1917 Mercury dime, examine it carefully for a mint mark on the reverse near the bottom left side of the fasces. A D indicates the Denver Mint, an S represents the San Francisco Mint, and no mint mark means it was struck in Philadelphia. Also inspect the coin for sharp details, original luster, and possible mint errors, as these characteristics can significantly increase its collector value. The 1917 Mercury silver dime is far more than just a 10-cent coin. It is a remarkable piece of American history. Its timeless design, silver composition, and historical importance continue to attract collectors around the world. Whether you discovered one in an old collection or inherited it from family, this classic coin deserves careful examination. If your 1917 Mercury dime is in outstanding condition or features a rare variety, it could be worth far more than its face value and may represent a valuable collectible for generations to come. Coin number 2. Have you ever wondered if a tiny silver coin hidden inside an old collection could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even an incredible amount of money? Today we're taking a close look at one of America's most beautiful classic coins, the 1925 Mercury silver dime. At first glance it may look like an ordinary 10-cent piece, but collectors know that some examples are highly sought after because of their age, rarity, condition, and fascinating history. Before you spend or sell a coin like this, you should know exactly what you have, because one small detail could make a huge difference in its value. The 1925 Mercury dime is famous for its stunning design. The portrait on the front is often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury or even a real woman, but it actually represents Lady Liberty wearing a winged Phrygian cap. The wings symbolize freedom of thought, intelligence, and progress. Around the portrait are the words Liberty and In God We Trust, with the date 1925 below. This artistic design was created by renowned sculptor Adolf A. Weinman, whose work is still admired by collectors more than a century later. Turn the coin over and you'll find a powerful design filled with symbolism. The reverse displays a fasces, which is a bundle of rods surrounding an axe, representing national unity and strength. Wrapped around it is an olive branch symbolizing peace. The inscriptions, United States of America, EPLUBUSUNUM, and one dime complete the design. Together, these elements express the idea that a strong nation should always strive for peace, while remaining united during difficult times. The Mercury dime series was introduced in 1916 and remained in production until 1945. During those years, millions of these coins circulated throughout the United States, passing from one generation to another in everyday commerce. The 1925 issue was produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Today, collectors search carefully for coins from each mint because certain mint marks and exceptionally preserved examples are much harder to find than ordinary circulated pieces. One reason collectors treasure the 1925 Mercury dime is its precious metal content. Every genuine coin contains 90% silver and 10% copper, weighs approximately 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters across, and features a reeded edge. Even heavily worn examples retain silver value, while coins with sharp details, original mint luster, and minimal wear become significantly more desirable in the numismatic market. Authenticity and preservation are two of the biggest factors that influence a coin's long-term value. So how much could a 1925 Mercury silver dime actually be worth? The answer depends on several important factors. A heavily circulated example may only be worth a modest premium over its silver content, while attractive collector-grade coins often sell for much higher prices. Uncirculated coins with strong eye appeal and professional certification can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Certain rare varieties, exceptional grades, or coins with unusual minting errors have achieved remarkable auction results because collectors compete fiercely for the finest surviving examples. If you believe you own a 1925 Mercury dime, inspect it carefully before making any decisions. Look for the mint mark near the lower left side of the reverse next to the fasces. No mint mark indicates Philadelphia, while a D stands for Denver and an S represents San Francisco. Never clean the coin, because polishing or scrubbing can permanently damage its surface and greatly reduce its collector value. Instead, store it safely and consider having it authenticated and professionally graded if it appears to be in exceptional condition. One of the biggest myths on the internet is that every old American coin is automatically worth millions of dollars. The truth is much more interesting. The highest prices are usually paid for coins with outstanding preservation, genuine rarity, important mint errors, or historically significant varieties. Age alone does not determine value. Careful research, expert grading, and collector demand are what separate an ordinary coin from an extraordinary treasure. That is why every detail matters when evaluating a classic Mercury dime. The 1925 Mercury silver dime remains one of the most admired coins in American numismatic history because it combines beautiful artwork, precious silver, and a story that has lasted for generations. Whether you discovered one in an inherited collection, an old coin album, or a forgotten box, it deserves a closer look. While not every 1925 Mercury dime will make someone wealthy, the right coin in the right condition can be an impressive collectible with significant value. Sometimes, the smallest coins preserve the greatest pieces of history, reminding us that true treasure is often found where few people think to look. Coin number 3. Imagine opening an old family coin box and discovering a small silver dime that has survived nearly a century of American history. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 10-cent coin, but the 1936 Mercury silver dime has become one of the most admired classics in United States numismatics. Hidden inside its elegant design is a fascinating story of art, history, precious silver, and collector demand. Before you decide to spend, sell, or store this coin away, you may want to know why collectors around the world continue searching for outstanding examples of this remarkable American treasure. The first thing that captures everyone's attention is the beautiful portrait on the front of the coin. Many people believe it shows the Roman god Mercury or even an unidentified woman, but the image actually represents Lady Liberty wearing a winged Phrygian cap. The wings symbolize freedom of thought, intelligence, and the forward-looking spirit of the American people. Above the portrait appears the word liberty, while In God We Trust is placed beside Liberty's neck, with the date 1936 proudly displayed below. This masterpiece was created by celebrated sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, whose artistic vision transformed one of America's smallest coins into one of its greatest designs. Turning the coin over reveals another powerful symbol of American ideals. The reverse features a fasces, a bundle of rods bound together around an axe, representing strength through unity. Wrapped around the fasces is an olive branch, reminding the nation that true strength should always be balanced by peace. Surrounding this design are the inscriptions United States of America, EPLUBUSUNUM, and one dime. Every detail was carefully chosen to reflect the values and determination of the United States during a period of tremendous national change. The year 1936 holds an important place in the Mercury dime series. America was still recovering from the hardships of the Great Depression, yet the United States Mint continued producing coins that reflected hope and resilience. Millions of Mercury dimes entered circulation that year, passing through the hands of workers, merchants, soldiers, and families across the country. Today, every surviving coin represents a genuine piece of American history, connecting modern collectors with the lives of people who lived nearly 100 years ago. One of the biggest reasons this coin remains valuable is its silver composition. Every authentic 1936 Mercury dime contains 90% silver and 10% copper, weighs approximately 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter, and features a reeded edge. Even worn examples contain precious metal value, while coins that have retained their original mint luster and sharp details are significantly more desirable. The combination of silver content, artistic beauty, and historical importance continues to attract collectors from around the world. So what could a 1936 Mercury silver dime actually be worth today? The answer depends entirely on its condition, mint mark, originality, and rarity. A heavily circulated example may be worth only a modest premium above its silver value, while attractive collector-grade coins often sell for considerably more. Uncirculated examples with brilliant surfaces and outstanding eye appeal can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Coins that receive top grades from professional grading services or display rare minting errors can achieve remarkable auction prices because they are extremely difficult to find. Collectors always pay close attention to the mint mark because it tells the story of where the coin was produced. A small D indicates the Denver Mint, an S identifies the San Francisco Mint, while coins without a mint mark were struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Although millions were produced, finding one with exceptional preservation, crisp details, and untouched surfaces becomes increasingly difficult as the years pass. That challenge is exactly what makes collecting Mercury dimes so exciting for enthusiasts. If you believe you own a genuine 1936 Mercury dime, resist the temptation to clean or polish it. Many beginners accidentally reduce a coin's collector value by trying to make it shine. Professional collectors prefer natural surfaces because they preserve the coin's originality and history. Instead, examine the mint mark carefully, protect the coin in a proper holder, and consider professional authentication if it appears to be in outstanding condition or displays an unusual error that could increase its desirability. The 1936 Mercury silver dime is far more than an old American coin. It is a lasting symbol of artistry, history, and craftsmanship. Nearly 90 years after it was minted, it continues to fascinate collectors with its elegant design and enduring legacy. Whether you inherited one from a family member, discovered it in an old collection, or simply enjoy learning about historic coins, this classic silver dime deserves careful attention. Sometimes the greatest treasures are not the largest or the newest, but the small pieces of history that quietly survive from one generation to the next, waiting for someone to recognize their true significance. So the next time you come across a 1936 Mercury silver dime, don't judge it by its face value alone. Take a closer look at its condition, mint mark, and overall preservation, because those small details can make an enormous difference in its collectible value. While not every 1936 Mercury dime is a fortune, the finest examples remain highly respected in the coin collecting community. One tiny silver dime has the power to tell an extraordinary American story, and for the right collector, that story is worth far more than 10 cents. Coin number 4. What if the next coin you discover is not just an old piece of silver, but a forgotten American treasure that has quietly survived for more than 80 years? The 1940 Mercury silver dime may appear small and ordinary, yet it represents one of the most admired coins ever produced by the United States Mint. Millions of people have handled this historic dime over the decades, but only a limited number remain in outstanding condition today. A combination of history, beauty, and rarity is exactly why collectors continue searching for exceptional examples, and why this classic coin remains one of the most respected pieces in American numismatics. The front of the 1940 Mercury dime immediately captures attention with its elegant portrait. Many people assume the image is Mercury, the messenger god of Roman mythology, while others believe it is simply a woman. In reality, the portrait represents Lady Liberty wearing a winged Phrygian cap, a symbol of freedom of thought, hope, and progress. Surrounding the design are the famous inscriptions, Liberty, and In God We Trust, with the year 1940 below. The remarkable artwork was created by sculptor Adolf A. Weinman, whose timeless design is still considered one of the finest ever placed on an American circulating coin. The reverse of the coin tells an equally meaningful story. At its center stands the fasces, an ancient symbol made from a bundle of rods tied around an axe, representing strength through unity and the power of a nation standing together. Wrapped around the fasces is a graceful olive branch, reminding everyone that peace remains one of the nation's highest ideals. The inscriptions, United States of America, EPLUBUSUNUM, and one dime, complete the reverse, creating a design that balances power with peace in a way few coins have ever achieved. The year 1940 marked a significant period in American history. Although the United States had not yet entered World War II, global tensions were rapidly increasing. The Mercury dime circulated through businesses, banks, and households during this historic era, making every surviving example a small witness to one of the most important periods of the 20th century. Today, collectors appreciate the coin not only for its silver content, but also because it represents a tangible connection to the lives of ordinary Americans during an extraordinary time. Every genuine 1940 Mercury dime was struck using an alloy containing 90% silver and 10% copper. It weighs approximately 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter, and features a reeded edge. These precise specifications remained consistent throughout the Mercury dime series. Because the coin contains real silver, it always carries intrinsic metal value, but collector demand often pushes well-preserved examples far beyond their bullion worth. Original surfaces, attractive tunning, and sharp details can dramatically increase desirability. The value of a 1940 Mercury dime depends on much more than its age. Collectors carefully examine the coin's condition, mint mark, strike quality, and originality before determining its market value. A circulated example may bring only a modest premium over its silver value, while attractive uncirculated coins frequently command much higher prices. The finest certified examples with exceptional preservation, brilliant luster, or unusual mint errors have achieved impressive auction results because they are among the best surviving representatives of the series. One detail that experienced collectors always inspect is the mint mark. Coins without a mint mark were struck in Philadelphia, while a small D represents the Denver Mint and an S identifies the San Francisco Mint. Certain mint and grade combinations are considerably more difficult to locate than others, making them especially desirable. Even tiny differences in preservation, strike sharpness, or original luster can separate an ordinary collector coin from one that becomes the highlight of an advanced numismatic collection. If you happen to own a 1940 Mercury silver dime, handle it with great care. Avoid cleaning, polishing, or using household chemicals, because even minor surface damage can reduce collector appeal. Instead, examine the coin under proper lighting, identify the mint mark, and preserve it in a protective holder. If the coin appears to have outstanding detail, beautiful original surfaces, or an unusual minting characteristic, professional authentication and grading can help determine its authenticity and establish its true collector value. The 1940 Mercury silver dime continues to inspire collectors because it represents far more than 10 cents. It combines outstanding American artistry, genuine silver, historical importance, and lasting collector demand into one remarkably small coin. While internet rumors often exaggerate the value of every old coin, the reality is even more interesting. Truly exceptional examples stand out because of their rarity, preservation, and quality. If you are fortunate enough to discover a beautiful 1940 Mercury dime, you may be holding not only a piece of American history, but also a collectible that has earned lasting respect among coin enthusiasts for generations. Coin number 5. Have you ever imagined that a tiny silver dime sitting unnoticed in an old drawer could hold a remarkable story from one of the most dramatic periods in American history? The 1943 Mercury silver dime is far more than a simple 10-cent coin. Struck during the height of World War II, this historic piece represents a generation that lived through extraordinary challenges and remarkable determination. Today, collectors across the world continue searching for beautiful examples because each surviving coin carries a unique blend of history, artistry, and lasting collector appeal. The first thing that captures attention is the elegant portrait on the front of the coin. Many people believe they are looking at the Roman god Mercury, while others think it is simply the image of a woman. In reality, the design represents Lady Liberty wearing a winged Phrygian cap, a symbol of freedom of thought and the enduring spirit of democracy. The inscriptions, Liberty and In God We Trust, surround the portrait, while the date 1943 reminds us that this coin was created during one of the most significant years of the 20th century. Sculptor Adolph A. Weinman produced a design that remains one of the finest works ever placed on an American circulating coin. When the coin is turned over, another powerful design comes into view. The reverse displays a fasces, an ancient bundle of rods tied around an axe, symbolizing unity, strength, and the power that comes from people standing together. Wrapped around the fasces is an olive branch, representing peace and hope for a better future. The inscriptions, United States of America, EPLUBUSUNUM, and one dime complete the reverse, expressing the idea that a strong nation should always seek peace while remaining united in difficult times. The small letter S found on the reverse identifies this coin as having been struck at the San Francisco Mint. During 1943, the United States was deeply involved in World War II, and every coin produced served the nation's growing economy. Millions of Mercury dimes entered circulation, but countless examples disappeared over the decades through everyday use, melting, or loss. As time passed, well-preserved 1943 coins became increasingly desirable because far fewer survived in exceptional condition than originally left the mint. Every genuine 1943 Mercury dime contains 90% silver and 10% copper. It weighs approximately 2.5 grams, measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter and features a reeded edge. Because of its silver content, the coin has intrinsic precious metal value in addition to its collectible appeal. Collectors especially appreciate examples that retain original mint luster, sharp details, and attractive natural toning, since these characteristics often indicate careful preservation over many decades. The value of a 1943 Mercury dime depends on several important factors rather than age alone. Coins showing heavy circulation generally command lower prices than examples with crisp details and minimal wear. Uncirculated coins displaying brilliant surfaces and outstanding preservation often attract serious collectors willing to pay substantial premiums. Professional grading also plays a major role because authenticated high-grade coins are trusted by buyers and frequently perform much better at auction than uncertified examples. Some of the most exciting discoveries involve rare minting errors or unusually well-preserved specimens. While not every 1943 Mercury dime is rare, coins with dramatic striking errors, exceptional eye appeal, or top certified grades can attract intense interest from advanced collectors. These special pieces demonstrate how small differences in quality or production can transform an ordinary historical coin into an extraordinary collectible admired throughout the numismatic community. If you own a 1943 Mercury dime, examine it carefully before making any decisions. Look for the small S mint mark, inspect the sharpness of Liberty's hair and winged cap, and observe whether the reverse design remains bold and well-defined. Most importantly, never clean or polish the coin. Collectors strongly prefer original surfaces, and cleaning can permanently reduce both historical integrity and collector value. Proper storage and careful handling help preserve the coin for future generations. Beyond its financial value, the 1943 Mercury dime tells a remarkable story about courage, perseverance, and American craftsmanship during wartime. Every scratch, every worn edge, and every surviving detail reflects the countless hands through which the coin may have passed. It serves as a lasting reminder that even the smallest everyday objects can preserve important chapters of history and connect modern collectors with events that shaped the world. 1943 Mercury silver dime remains one of the most respected classic coins produced by the United States Mint. Its timeless design, genuine silver composition, historical significance, and enduring popularity continue to inspire collectors around the globe. While many internet stories claim that every old coin is worth a fortune, the real excitement comes from discovering an authentic, well-preserved example with outstanding quality or a rare variety. If you ever find a beautiful 1943 Mercury dime in an old collection, you may be holding far more than 10 cents. You may be holding a remarkable piece of American history that has survived generations and continues to fascinate collectors today.